Every once in a while, a young player emerges from the Dutch footballing system who reminds you why the Netherlands continue to produce world-class midfielders. For Kees Smit, that journey began quietly in the small town of Hilo, nestled just outside Alkmaar. As a child, Smit was the kind of kid who never wanted to leave the pitch. His coaches at the local club still recall a boy obsessed with the ball at his feet, calm, calculated, and already different. It didn't take long for AZ Alkmaar to notice. He joined the academy before he was even a teenager, entering one of Europe's most respected youth setups, a place known for developing intelligent, technical footballers. In 2023, he made his professional debut for Jong AZ, the club's reserve side, and within months was training regularly with the first team. The 24-25 season became his true coming out party. Smit's performances in the Europa League and the KNVB Cup turned heads, not just because of goals or assists, but because of the maturity with which he dictated games. Then came the 2025 UEFA Under-19 European Championship. Wearing the orange of the Netherlands, Smit was everywhere, intercepting, creating, leading. When the dust settled, he was named player of the tournament. Overnight, his name was being whispered in the corridors of Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Manchester City. But for Smit, the focus remains on Alkmaar, on development, on becoming the complete midfielder before the world calls. This is the story of a Dutch prodigy on the rise, a player blending old school intelligence with the rhythm of modern football. This is Kees Smit. To really understand Smit, you have to watch him, not for the highlight reels or flashy skills, but for the quiet moments in between. The way he scans before the ball arrives, the way his body already knows where the next pass is going, that's where you see his football brain at work. Smit doesn't play the game at 100 miles per hour, he controls it. Like an orchestra conductor, he dictates the rhythm, one touch to steady, another to open space, a third to slice through the lines. Everything has a purpose, nothing is wasted. In many ways, he's the embodiment of modern Dutch football. Technical, fluid, and always thinking one step ahead. When AZ build from the back, it's often Smit who drops between the centre-backs, demanding the ball, turning under pressure, and launching attacks with precision. But he's not just a deep-line passer. Give him space further forward, and he becomes a different kind of threat. One who can glide past players, slip in a forward with a perfectly weighted through ball, or arrive late on the edge of the box to finish a move he started himself. His first touch is soft, his passing clean, and his balance when driving with the ball almost effortless. Watch him turn out of a press and you see echoes of Frenkie de Jong. Watch him whip a diagonal ball into the final third and you see flashes of Kevin De Bruyne. Yet, there's something unique about the way he plays. It's calm but daring at the same time. Scouts would describe him as a roaming playmaker, a midfielder who can link every phase of play, defense, transition, attack without losing shape or tempo. He plays with this awareness, not arrogance. He knows when to slow the game, when to explode forward, and when to simply just recycle possession. And of course, he's still young. He doesn't yet dominate physically. Stronger midfielders can sometimes outmuscle him in duels, and aerial battles aren't his strong suit. But what sets Smit apart is how little that seems to matter. His intelligence, his technique, and his spatial understanding often compensate for what his frame doesn't provide. He's a footballer's footballer, the kind of player teammates trust when the game starts to slip away. And when you see him orchestrate a midfield at just the age of 19, you can't help but think this is only the beginning. The foundation is there for something special. Every young player has a defining moment, the point where potential starts to turn into expectation. For Kees Smit, that moment might be right now, because when you strip his game down, you find a balance that's rare for someone his age. He has the calmness of a veteran, but the curiosity of a kid who still wants to learn. His biggest strength is not just his passing range or his first touch, it's his intelligence. He reads the game 2 passes ahead, shaping his body before the ball even reaches him. His decision making is quick but rarely rushed. He knows when to thread the needle, when to recycle possession, and when to change tempo entirely. There's also his composure. Whether under pressure in his own half or facing a wall of defenders near the box, Smit never looks flustered. His control of the rhythm makes teammates trust him. That's not something you can teach, that's just something you feel. Technically, he's superb, the kind of player who can receive on the half turn, glide past an opponent and deliver a pass that takes out 3 defenders. And when the chance opens up, he's capable of driving forward himself, confident, purposeful and elegant. But like every young talent, Schmidt's still a work in progress. His frame is still developing. Physically, he's not yet built for the chaos of the biggest leagues. Stronger midfielders can bully him, and in the air, he's not so dominant. Yet, it's those flaws that make his story believable, because what defines the greats isn't where they start, it's how they evolve. Coaches at AZ describe him as coachable, grounded, and obsessed with improvement. He's the first in and last out, reviewing his clips, studying movement, analysing where he can be half a second quicker. That mindset, mixed with natural talent, is what separates the good from the great. And make no mistake, Europe is watching. Scouts from Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, they've all taken note. To some, he's a Jong 2.0, to others, he's a Bruyne in the making, but to AZ fans, he's simply just Kees Smit, their own midfield prodigy, carving his own path. What comes next? That kind of depends on the steps he takes now. Another season as a starter at AZ could be his launchpad, a place to refine his body and leadership before the inevitable move abroad. And if he chooses wisely, the right manager, the right environment, Schmit could become one of Europe's most complete midfielders. Because every touch, every scan, every subtle pass he makes carries a whisper of what might come next. The future of Dutch football quietly unfolding right in front of us. Kees Smit is a fascinating young talent, balanced between the technical and tactical, still refining the physical and carrying the weight of big expectations. If he continues on this trajectory, we could well be witnessing the rise of a future midfield maestro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel and predict Schmidt's next move. Who do you think will sign him and when? Let me know below.